The wind screams through the jagged cliffs of Eldergloom, carrying whispers of a curse that has choked the kingdom of Valthorn for 10 long years. I am Sir Aldrich, a knight of the Iron Order, sworn to protect the crown with my life. But tonight, my heart pounds not with the thrill of battle, but with a gnawing dread. King Tharion has given me a task that feels like a blade pressed to my throat: hunt the witch Morgwen, who cursed his daughter, Princess Elora, and bring back her heart. They call Morgwen a sorceress so vile her shadow poisons the earth. Yet, as I ride through the Blackwood, my torch flickering against gnarled, claw-like trees, doubt creeps into my soul. The king's voice trembled when he gave the order, his eyes darting to shadows as if he feared them more than the witch. Last night, I dreamed of Elora, her golden hair dull, her skin pale as death, locked in a glass coffin deep in the royal crypt. The court whispers of her endless sleep, a curse no healer can break. Morgwen's magic, they say, stole her life out of envy for her beauty. But as my horse, Shadow, treads deeper into this cursed forest, a voice, not in my ears, but in my mind, whispers, "Find the truth, Aldrich. The witch is not what she seems." My grip tightens on my sword. Is this Morgwen's sorcery, luring me to my doom? Or is there a secret buried in Valthorn's heart, one the king wants silenced? The trees close in, their branches scraping the sky like skeletal fingers. I'm alone, save for my duty and this growing shadow of doubt. One misstep, and I could lose everything, my honor, my life, or the kingdom itself. Will I find the witch, or will the truth find me first? If this tale grips you, hit that like button, share this video, and help us reach our first 1,000 subscribers. Your support fuels these epic stories. Now, let's ride into the heart of the Blackwood. The Great Hall of Valthorn Castle is a tomb of stone and sorrow, despite the fire roaring in the hearth. King Tharion slumps on his throne, his crown tilted, his once mighty frame withered by grief. Queen Lysara stands beside him, her face pale, clutching a silver locket. The court is silent, their eyes fixed on me as I kneel, my armor clanking against the cold floor. "Sir Aldrich," Tharion says, his voice hoarse, "you are the finest of the Iron Order. My daughter, Elora, lies cursed, wasting away in the crypt. The witch Morgwen did this. She hides in the Blackwood, weaving her dark spells. Find her. Kill her. Bring me her heart as proof." I bow my head, my chest tight. "It will be done, my liege." But his words feel wrong. Tharion's eyes avoid mine, flickering to the shadowed corners of the hall. Lysara's hands tremble, her prayers barely audible. I've served Valthorn for a decade, slain bandits, fought beasts, but this command stirs unease. The air feels heavy, like a storm waiting to break. As I rise and turn to leave, a rough hand grips my arm. Sir Roland, my old mentor, pulls me aside. His grizzled beard hides a frown, but his eyes are sharp with worry. "Aldrich, be wary," he whispers. "The Blackwood is no place for a lone knight. And Morgwen, she's no ordinary witch. Some say she was once a friend to the crown." "A friend?" I ask, my voice low. "Why would a friend curse Elora?" Roland's face darkens. "Not all is as it seems. The king's grief blinds him. Tread carefully, lad." He releases me and slips into the crowd, leaving me with more questions than answers. I mount Shadow and ride out as dusk falls, the castle's towers fading into the mist. The Blackwood looms ahead, a wall of twisted trees that seem to breathe. My torch casts weak light, and the air smells of damp earth and something acrid, like burnt herbs. Every rustle makes my hand twitch toward my sword. I've faced death before, but this forest feels alive, watching me. Roland's warning echoes in my mind. What truth am I riding toward? And why does the name Morgwen stir a memory I can't grasp, a fleeting image of a woman with silver eyes, not malice, but sorrow? The path narrows, branches clawing at my cloak. Shadow snorts, his ears flicking nervously. I pat his neck. "Steady, boy. We've faced worse. But my words feel hollow. Somewhere in this cursed wood, Morgwen waits. And with her, answers, or my end. Time blurs in the blackwood. Hours, maybe days, pass as I navigate its labyrinth of shadows. My torch is a dying ember when I see a faint glow ahead, like moonlight trapped in fog. I urge shadow forward, my breath catching as we enter a clearing. A stone cottage sits at its heart, overgrown with vines that pulse with faint blue light. Smoke curls from the chimney, carrying the scent of lavender and ash. This is no lair of a monster. It feels familiar, like a place I've seen in dreams. I dismount, tying shadow to a gnarled tree. "Stay, boy," I whisper. He paws the ground, uneasy, but obeys. My hand rests on my sword as I approach the cottage. The door creaks open before I can knock, revealing a woman in a dark cloak. Her hair is raven black, her eyes silver, like stars in a winter sky. "Morgwen. You're late, Aldrich," she says, her voice calm but sharp, like a blade wrapped in silk. "I expected you hours ago." I draw my sword, my hand trembling despite my training. "You know my name." "How?" She smiles, not cruelly, but with a weary sadness. "I know many things, knight. Put away your blade. If I wanted you dead, you'd never have reached this clearing." I keep my sword raised. "You cursed Princess Elora. The king demands your heart." Morgwen laughs, a sound like breaking glass. "Tharion's demands. Always so dramatic. Come inside, Aldrich. You seek truth, not blood." Against every instinct, I follow her. The cottage is warm, its walls lined with shelves of ancient books and jars of glowing herbs. A fire crackles, casting dancing shadows. Morgwen gestures to a chair, but I stand, sword still drawn. "Speak," I say. "Why did you curse the princess?" "I didn't," she says, pouring tea from a copper kettle. The steam smells of mint and something bitter. "Elora isn't cursed. She's protected. By me." I scoff, my grip tightening. "Protected?" She lies in a glass coffin, barely alive. Morgwen's eyes harden, pinning me in place. "She lives because of me. 10 years ago, Tharion made a pact with a demon to save his throne. The price was Elora's soul, to be claimed on her 18th birthday. I wove a spell to keep her in a dream sleep, safe from the demon's grasp. But Tharion calls it a curse to hide his shame." Her words hit like a warhammer. "You lie," I snap. "The king would never." "Wouldn't he?" Morgwen cuts in, stepping closer. "You've seen his fear, Aldrich. His guilt. He sent you to kill me because I know his secret. And because I can break the spell, but only if he confesses." My sword lowers slightly. The king's haunted eyes flash in my mind, Roland's warning echoing. "Why should I trust you?" Morgwen reaches into her cloak and pulls out a locket, identical to Queen Lysara's. "Because I was her friend. Elora's, too. Before Tharion banished me." I stare at the locket, my heart racing. "Prove it." She opens it, revealing a miniature portrait of Elora, smiling, her eyes bright with life. "Take me to the castle," Morgwen says. "Confront Tharion. The truth will save her, or destroy him." I hesitate, torn between duty and doubt. If she's lying, I'm betraying my king. If she's telling the truth, I've been sent to murder an innocent. If you deceive me, my blade will find you. Morgwen nods. Fair enough. But you'll see, Aldrich. The real monster isn't in the Blackwood. The ride back to Valthorn is a test of nerves. Morgwen sits behind me on Shadow, her presence both unsettling and strangely calming. The Blackwood seems to part for her, its oppressive weight lifting. My mind churns. If Morgwen speaks the truth, Tharion betrayed his own daughter. If she lies, I'm leading a sorceress to the heart of the kingdom. My duty, once clear as steel, is now a tangled mess. We reach the castle as dawn breaks, its towers piercing a blood-red sky. The guards at the gate tense as they see Morgwen, their hands on their spears. She's my prisoner, I lie, my voice firm. They hesitate but let us pass. The great hall is quieter now, the fire reduced to embers. King Therion rises from his throne, his face ashen. Queen Lysara stands beside him, her locket gleaming in the dim light. Aldrich, you've done it. Therion exclaims, then freezes as he sees Morgwen. You were to bring her heart. I bring the truth, I say, stepping forward. Morgwen claims Ellora's curse is your doing. She says you made a pact with a demon. Speak, my king. Is it true? The court erupts in gasps. Lysara's hand flies to her mouth, her eyes wide. Therion's hands shake, his crown slipping further. Lies, he roars. Kill her, Aldrich, now. Morgwen steps forward, unafraid. Tell them, Therion. Tell them how you bargained with the demon Azrith for power. How you offered Ellora's soul. I saved her, and you branded me a witch. The whispers grow louder, the court's eyes darting between their king and the woman they fear. I draw my sword, but I don't know who to aim it at. Is it true? I demand, my voice echoing. Therion's face crumples. He falls to his knees, his crown clattering to the floor. I had no choice, he whispers, his voice breaking. The kingdom was crumbling. Enemies at our borders, famine in our fields. Azrith promised strength, victory, but the price was Ellora's soul. I thought I could outwit him. Lysara screams, rushing to him. You monster! You traded our daughter! She collapses, sobbing, her locket falling open to reveal Ellora's portrait. Morgwen kneels beside her, her voice soft. There's still time, Lysara. If Therion confesses fully, I can break the spell. But Azrith will come for him instead. Therion looks up, tears streaming. I confess. I made the pact. I doomed my daughter. Morgwen rises, her hands glowing with silver light. She begins to chant, her voice rising like a song, the air humming with power. The hall trembles, dust falling from the rafters. Suddenly, a roar shakes the stones. A shadow forms at the hall's center, a towering figure with eyes like burning coals, claws like scythes. Azrith. Therion, the demon snarls, its voice a thunderclap. You break our pact. Your soul is mine. I step between Azrith and the king, my sword raised. You'll have to go through me. Morgwen's chant grows louder, her hands weaving patterns of light. The demon lunges, its claws slashing. I parry, my blade sparking against its hide. The court scatters, guards frozen in fear. Azritha's laughter shakes the hall. A mortal dares defy me. Aldrich, hold him off. Morgwen shouts. The spell is almost complete. I swing again, my blade biting into Azritha's arm. It roars, swiping at me. A claw rakes my side, tearing through armor. Blood drips, but I grit my teeth and strike again. My training, my honor, my doubt, they fuel every blow. Azrith is relentless, its eyes burning with malice. You cannot save him, knight. Nor yourself. I dodge a claw, thrusting my sword into its chest. It staggers but doesn't fall. Morgwen's voice peaks, the light around her blinding. Now, Aldrich, she cries. I drive my blade deeper, shouting, for Valthorn. A burst of light engulfs the hall, the demons scream tearing through the air. Azritha's form unravels, its body dissolving into ash. The hall falls silent, the air heavy with the scent of ozone. Morgwen collapses, her breath ragged. Ellora is free, she whispers. Therion, your soul is the price. The king rises, his face pale but resolute. Azratha's shadow reforms, smaller now, wrapping around him. "Forgive me," Therion says, his voice barely audible. "Tell Elora. I loved her." The demon drags him into darkness, and he's gone. I stagger to the crypt, Morgwyn and Lysara behind me. The glass coffin gleams in the torchlight. Elora lies within, her chest rising faintly. Morgwyn touches the glass, whispering a final word. The coffin shatters, and Elora's eyes flutter open. She gasps, her voice weak. "Mother?" Lysara sobs, embracing her daughter. "You're alive. Oh, my child, you're alive." I kneel beside them, my wounds aching but my heart lighter. Morgwyn watches, her face weary but serene. "You saved her," I say. "At what cost?" She smiles faintly. "The kingdom is safe. That's enough. The court declares Elora regent until she's ready to rule. Morgwyn is pardoned, her name cleared of treachery. I offer her a place in the Iron Order, but she shakes her head. My place is in the Blackwood, guarding against darker threats. You'll do fine here, Aldrich." As she leaves, I feel a weight lift. Duty led me to truth, not blood. Valthorn will heal under Elora's care, and I'll stand by her side, a knight forged anew in the fire of truth. And so, the witch hunt ended not in death, but in salvation. I, Sir Aldrich, learned that honor isn't blind obedience, but the courage to seek truth. Valthorn rises from its ashes, and I rise with it, a knight reborn. What secrets lie in your heart, listener? What truths would you fight for? If this tale stirred your soul, smash that like button, subscribe, and join us for more stories of valor and mystery. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers, and let's uncover the next epic together.